What's up, O'Brien Army? So, I'm reflecting on my childhood. There were a lot of games I played as a child with my siblings, and I miss some of them. Like, for instance, whenever my mom would put baking soda or whatever that powder was all over the floor, it would like make circular things all over the floor, and my brothers and I would step in the little spaces or inside the loops, and we would call it a game called Avoid the Poison, where we'd like step around the baking soda really quickly. It was a fun game. There were also other games we played as kids. I remember one particular game we played. It was called the Gahals. So we would get on a bed, and then my older brother would go dun, dun, as if someone was opening the door, and then these creatures he was talking about, they were supposed to be like ghouls or something, but he called them Gahals. And we were supposed to make them think we were Mats. If they were Mats, they wouldn't be talking. And if we couldn't meet the demands that were being made, if they were Mats, they wouldn't be talking. If they were Mats, they wouldn't be moving. If we couldn't meet all those requirements, then they would say, "You're not a Mat," and then they'd freaking kidnap you and take you back to their headquarters. But this was all a little kids game that was made up by my brother. Also, there was another game called Dad and Fudge. It was supposed to feature a dad and his child, and of course the child had issues, behavior issues. So it was okay. And then, of course, there was another game called Camp, where my brother and I were supposed to be teachers in a school-type camp, and then there would be a bunch of imaginary friends playing as the students, and some of them had, like, behavior issues, too. I remember one of them was called Conan, and according to my older brother, he was the one with the worst behavior issues. Every time somebody got in trouble, Conan was always involved. So it's just, I remember all sorts of games we used to play as children. And of course, my older brother used to tell me stories about monsters and stuff and aliens, but we were just being kids, man. I was scared, I'll admit, but we were kids. Of course, we fought a lot, but what do you do now? You're an adult. You're too old to play those stupid games now. So all I can do is look back and reflect on it. I guess having him as an older brother wasn't too bad. Man, it's just growing up is a lot. Yeah, growing up is a lot, man. Especially when you're just starting. It's like your first day in preschool. It's a new environment and you're not used to it. That's sort of like growing up. You're a kid, you got all this youth, and then you grow up and you got all these responsibilities in your face now. Man, I just wish my older brother was nicer to me back then. I'm sure there were other games we played too, but those were just a few of the ones I listed. Sometimes I wish I could go back in time and relive these days when my older brother and I used to play together. I wish I still went to the schools I went to. I wish I still spoke to the friends I had back then. In other words, I wish I could start over, but I don't want it that badly because I'm more free now. Because another thing I remember, when my older brother got caught cussing when he wasn't supposed to be, and my older brother had behavior issues himself, so when he got caught cussing up a storm and stuff like that, singing inappropriate songs and stuff, he got a brutal whooping. He got a brutal whooping. My mom at the time was a single mother, and she didn't want me and my brothers thinking we were grown-ass men. So whenever we broke the rules like that, cussing and all that other stuff, she would whoop up on us. She would. There's another thing I can remember. It was like my mom was just dating my most recent stepdad that was recently divorced. She just started dating this guy. This was before I moved to California. And one day, my mom went outside to take the trash when we were all supposed to be in bed. And we forgot that this man was on the phone and on the computer, Skype. So we all came out of our rooms and started running around the house screaming, "Fart! Fart! Fart!" And my mom had strict control on profanity. We weren't allowed to say fart. We weren't allowed to say butt. We weren't allowed to say poop. We weren't allowed to say screw. So anytime we got caught saying those words, brutal whooping. And you know what? We probably deserved it too. So it's just looking back now, I'm starting to realize what all I had and what all I lost. I don't have contact with my brothers anymore. They're all grown up and moved away now, so And so am I, unfortunately. It's just looking back now on these things, I realize more and more what I've lost and more what I had. And it just makes me wish I had more time as a child. My mom tried to tell me it was a trap growing up, but I didn't want to listen. I was in such a hurry to be grown up and do all sorts of things I wasn't allowed to do as a kid, but it's like they say, I grew up fast. Kids grow up fast. So, what do you do? Man, sometimes I just wish I had more time as a child. I wish I had more time to appreciate the things I had. Now, even though I had such a rocky and rough childhood, I still made good memories every here and there. It wasn't a complete disaster. Man, it's just, I feel like Cindy Lou Who. Where are you, Christmas? Yeah, remember that song? That's going through my head right now. Man, why couldn't I just appreciate what I had more? Well, on the positive side, in addition to growing up, I found someone I care about, and I'm thinking about moving out of this group home eventually and moving in with this person. So, you may be seeing more videos with that person in the future. So I can make more memories. Now, yeah, so life goes on. Of course, when you're young, you don't understand that you're supposed to be appreciating certain things that you have, because one day they're going to be gone. You don't understand that when you're younger. So that explains why that happened. Man, it's just a lot for me to deal with, man. Growing up is hard, but once you get there, it's just 1,000 times harder. Man. Well, I'm getting better. I'm starting to become aware of what I lost. I should have been more appreciative. Like and subscribe, leave a comment, click the bell notifications, and I'll see you in the next one.